enough is enough. Like, why every single year do we have that same conversation with ourselves? Like, how did I not stay consistent? Why didn't I stay consistent? Why am I in the same exact space mentally and physically that I was last year? Why am I not getting better? We are literally in mid-April 2025. Like, you don't have time to keep sabotaging your success. You don't have time to keep delaying the things that you want in your life. If you have not figured it out already, time is flying. Time is passing us by. Our lives are like lifing without us. We are in habits of scrolling on our phones. We are participating in jobs that we don't care about, that don't have any real meaning to us other than a paycheck. We are spending our time, our precious time of our lives, on things that we are going to look back and either not remember, not care about, or feel regret over. So if you have made plans for your year, if you're making plans right now, like, you better be executing on them, because we are not wasting any more time on things we don't care about, on things we don't want, and things that are not a priority for us in this season. They may be something that's a priority for you later, but if it's a priority for you later and it's not a priority now, like, stop wasting your mental energy on it. If you are making plans for yourself, for your glow up, for your growth, and you are not executing on it, I will not allow you to continue sabotaging yourself any further. Enough is enough. Like, why every single year do we have that same conversation with ourselves? How did I not stay consistent? Why didn't I stay consistent? Why am I in the same exact space mentally and physically that I was last year? Why am I not getting better? So enough is enough. Today we're going to talk about why you're sabotaging yourself and how you can turn that around. So if all of that sounds interesting to you, I hope you'll stick around and let's get into it. Okay, the first reason you self-sabotage, not to be confused with the number one reason you self-sabotage, which will come later in this list. But the first reason that we're going to cover today is you've never been successful before in this area, and you've tried over and over again to be successful in this area. So now it's become a habit to fail. You basically sabotage yourself because you don't even believe that you can have success in this area. You have failed in this area so many times that now it's almost like your thing. You set this goal for yourself to do whatever the thing is, and eventually you fizzle out, or eventually you get distracted and you do something else, or something comes up and you're just like, okay, well, I guess I'll try again next week, or okay, I guess I'll start again another time. You've probably learned habits like perfectionism or procrastination, which only perpetuate this failure over and over again, because you're either procrastinating on doing the things that are going to get you the success, or you are like, this has to be so perfect. This plan has to be so perfect. This presentation has to be so perfect. This content has to be so perfect. And then you just never end up posting anything and you sabotage yourself. So because you've never had success in the business, in the workout plan, in the marriage, in the whatever it is, career, you will start to develop these habits that are going to perpetuate that failure, or not even failure. Like, maybe you're not even failing in this area, but you're not at the level that you want to be at. And you don't feel like it's actually possible for you to get to that level. You don't believe that you are capable of having that level of success. So you inherently start to do things that will sabotage the possibility that you would have this success, which leads us into reason number 2, which is that you have low self-esteem. You don't think you deserve success. You think that other people who are better than you, who have worked harder, who were prettier, who had certain opportunities or certain gifts that you don't have innately in you, you think that those people deserve more success than you. And so you've decided that that means that you are not worthy of success, or you don't deserve success, or that it's just not possible. You will undermine your own abilities, your own gifts, because you don't see other people's gifts inside of you. But that's not what's going to make you successful. What's going to make you successful is tuning into your own abilities. And you have to have high self-esteem. You have to believe in yourself and in your gifts in order for those things to really shine. You underestimate your capabilities and you give up on yourself way too early. Like, you really have to build your self-esteem stamina. If you are in the gym and you have a trainer that's pushing you and telling you, no, you can do one more rep, one more rep, one more rep, you're probably going to get that one more rep. But if you're by yourself and you're letting these negative thoughts come in, you're probably going to give up like 4, 5, 6 reps, like ahead of what you could actually be pushing yourself to achieve. And it's the same thing with anything we want to achieve in life. We are going to give up on ourselves way faster than if we had someone constantly telling us, like, keep going, don't give up, you can do this. But the reality is that we're not going to have that person in our ear unless we hire them to do this. We're not going to have that person in our ear 24/7 telling us that we can keep going and that we can do this and that we're capable. The better way to handle this is to build your own self-esteem and build your stamina within your beliefs of yourself. If you convince yourself that you're not good enough, that nothing you ever do is good enough, that you can never have the success, then there's really nothing that anybody can tell you that's going to truly change your life. You really have to believe that you deserve this. You have to believe that you're capable. Focusing there first, focusing on building your own self-esteem up, is going to be your number one priority before you even start to chase after the goal. Let the goal go. Let the chasing after success of whatever it is that you want go, and just focus on building your self-esteem first, because without that, you are going to continue to sabotage yourself. The third reason that you self-sabotage is that you want to have control over everything. You want to have control over things in your life, or maybe you feel so out of control in so many different areas of your life that you just want to grasp onto whatever small pillar of control that you can. And so what happens with success is, when we can't control how it happens, when it happens, exactly what we have to do to get it to happen, we will sabotage that success, because at least it gives us a sense of control. When you feel like you can't control the outcome of your success, you will take control by just tearing it all down. And this also comes up, actually, not even necessarily just when you want to have success for yourself, but if your success is being driven by someone else's dream for you. So like, let's say that your parents have told you, like, oh yeah, I really want you to be a doctor someday. Oh yeah, you need to like do X, Y, and Z with your life. Or even like the pressure of, oh, get married and have kids by a certain age. All of that is the American dream, or like the success that society has deemed as like the best thing ever. But like, if that's not your dream, if that's not your thing, you may start to sabotage the success of that degree, of that opportunity, of whatever it is, because you didn't actually want it in the first place. And you may feel like, oh, I didn't get in. You may not even be like consciously trying to sabotage it, but maybe you are. What's happening is you didn't actually want this. So you're not putting your best foot forward. And through that, you are taking control over what feels uncontrollable or out of your control. Okay, next, the very last one, and perhaps one of the most important, most common reasons why you will totally sabotage your success, is because you are afraid of success. You are afraid that you will lose certain relationships. You are afraid that you will change your values, change your belief systems, change who you are. You are afraid that you'll lose touch with reality. You're trying to preserve and protect who you currently are. While I can totally empathize with that, and I resonate with that, and I like fully feel that, I think we all can understand that mindset. There's a piece of us, as much as we want to change, we're afraid of what that change, like what will we become of that change, right? Who will we be on the other side of that change? And when we don't know exactly what that looks like, where we've seen other examples of people who turn bad or greedy or evil because they end up having success in certain areas, it can make us feel a little bit skeptical about achieving success, about having real success in the areas of our life that we want to have success. And it's sad because of certain people who are achieving these successes, like they aren't afraid of it. They're just going for it. And then it's those people who are getting the success. Whoever you are innately, whatever your beliefs are, whatever your morals are, whatever your personality is only going to be enhanced by the success that you get. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about any type of success that brings you title, that brings you money, that brings you status or appeal. Anything like that is only going to enhance your current personality and your current beliefs and morals that you have. If you have none, you do have this opportunity to get swayed by whoever you're around. You have an ability to get influenced, right? But if you are strong in your morals, in your ethics, in who you are not going to be turned into an evil person because of success. You are not going to lose everybody around you because of your success, especially if you have good quality supportive people in your life. These people are not going to leave you. These people are not going to change on you. But I have to be honest with you. If you go and succeed in something that you've wanted and people start to fall away, or you lose certain relationships, or things just start to change around you, or you start to become aware of things that were maybe never for you in the first place, then appreciate that for what it is. I know it can be hard to think about, what if these friendships end? But if you're feeling that way now, you probably already know somewhere deep down inside of you that those friendships were not for you, that they are not for you. So whatever you're afraid of losing, whatever you're afraid of being taken from you or changed within you, then sit with that for a minute and just consider, what would happen if I lost this relationship? What would happen if I lost these friends, but I had success in this thing? If I have success in this thing and, these friends are no longer in my life, what would that look like for me? How would that play out? If I had success in this, what would it look like to still be a super empathetic, giving, kind person with this success? What would I do with this success if I was still who I am today? Play with those things, and then that fear may start to subside. But just know that you're trying to preserve and protect the version of you that you are now, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's also not going to get you where you want to be. Your brain trying to preserve this current version of you and your heart's desire to grow and become better and to shed bad habits and to shed bad relationships, there's a disconnect there because your brain wants to do what's comfortable, but your heart wants to fulfill its purpose. You need to find a way to bring those two closer in alignment. That way, you don't have that disconnect or that, disagreement when you're trying to find that success, when you're trying to be successful in certain areas. So those are the main reasons why people sabotage themselves, why they sabotage their success. But here's the thing. There's so many different ways that you can overcome this self-sabotage, no matter what reason resonated with you. If it was just one reason, all of the reasons. I know for me, it's probably been all of them at some point in my life. And I continue to face these things as I grow, as I learn more, as I get further into my business, into my YouTube channel. All of these things come up for me too. I think it's just a normal human thing that happens. But there are some really, really amazing practices that I have leaned on, that I have been taught, that I know a lot of the people in the circles that I run in lean on as well, that will help you to overcome that sabotage, especially when you recognize that it's happening. The first one that I really would recommend is mental rehearsal. It's basically meditation for your successful outcome. You are mentally rehearsing in your mind, meditating on the success of whatever it is that you are looking to achieve. So what you would do is you would sit down either in the quiet or with some, nice relaxing music on, and you will go through the process of seeing yourself achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. When you practice this, it's not just like a one and done boom situation. It actually takes a lot of patience and practice to get this right, because even though you're just imagining it, your brain will come up with reasons why you can't do it or why it won't work. You will literally sabotage your own rehearsal. But if you can continuously practice the rehearsal of you achieving this thing that you want in your life, you will end up achieving it. It is just inevitable, because the more you practice that rehearsal, the more your brain realizes this is what we're going to do. We can do this. You continuously putting that image in your mind, it proves to your brain that it's possible. Right now, your brain doesn't think it is possible. So if you can start to imagine it and imagine it and imagine it and imagine it and imagine it, you will end up convincing your brain that this is possible. And then your brain will do everything it can to support you in getting to that success. It's amazing. Super simple concept-wise, but again, it is something that takes patience and practice. Okay, the next one is tapping or EFT. This is one of the most game-changing practices when it comes to quickly shifting your emotions and being able to move emotions through the body. So when you're feeling really afraid, when you're feeling really overwhelmed, when you're feeling just like you don't deserve this success or like you could never achieve this success, you're feeling a lot of that, low self-esteem, or you're feeling really out of control, or you're feeling really angry, whatever it is that's coming up when it comes to your success, EFT can help you to shift those emotions and move them out of the body so you're not having to deal with those anymore. Look up EFT videos. I promise you there's so many different options out there about this. But going through this process, tapping on all of the different points of the body, acknowledging how you're feeling, it neutralizes the emotion that you're feeling. And then from that neutrality, you can really make better decisions about how to proceed with your success, instead of having these beliefs about yourself or negative emotions that are clouding your path to success. The EFT allows you to clear that out, and then you can proceed with a better headspace, essentially. And then the last thing that I would recommend is journaling. Get clear on your fears and be honest about what you really, really want. Because coming back to so many people put pressure on us. We see so much on social media that we think is going to make us happy or make us feel successful, but we have to be really, really honest about what we want out of our lives, and we have to be really honest about what we're afraid of. So some of the journal prompts that I would recommend going through is, what are you afraid will happen if you have success? What are you afraid will happen if the success doesn't come as quickly or as easily as you want it to? What are you running toward if you're running away from the success of XYZ? What good things might happen for you if you have success? What bad things might happen? And then what would make you so happy to accomplish right now? What would feel like a small but impactful win? And then what would feel like a big life-changing win? Decide what those two things are, because the smaller wins are just as important as the big win. It's the smaller wins along the way that are really going to get you to the big win, and the big win isn't even going to feel like a big win by the time you get to the big win, because all of the small wins have added up to the big win. Success doesn't happen overnight, you guys. You have to realize that this is a process that takes time, and the more you embrace the process, the more you embrace the small wins, the less you're going to feel like you're failing and it's never going to work out. It's going to feel like you're winning along the way, but you have to just shift that mindset that you have around your success. So working through this sabotaging behavior, getting that out of your system, and just continuing to make small steps forward, you are going to achieve the success. It's just inevitable. Okay. So that is all I have for us today. Thank you so much for being here. We took a little pause on the case study, but that is still going on. So if you want to submit your goal or something that you're looking to achieve and you want me to break that down and give you a roadmap to success, feel free to fill out the form that is down below, and I will send you the entire roadmap, and then I'll do the entire case study, break that down here on YouTube. If you're feeling overwhelmed and you're like, Tony, I just need to reset and give myself a new perspective, give myself some relief from all of the overwhelm and start taking action on the things that I want in my life, I've got a free overwhelm to action blueprint for you, also linked down below. You can go grab that to really start pushing yourself forward into the momentum that you need to achieve the success. All right, my loves, thank you so much for being here today. I appreciate you as always. If you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that you can stick along for the journey. I am wishing you well on the rest of your week, and until next time, take care.